Hi guys, and welcome back to single, married, separated, divorced, and single again. But if you're like me, obviously you have not given up on this creation called man and the institution called marriage, then you can kind of add something like ready to mingle. Anyway, I know, right? Anyway, so welcome back. Today we're gonna discuss the difference between the wolf and the hyena. Obviously, when we're talking about this, we're not talking about animals. Come on, guys. I think if you're following me, you would know that I'm talking about the three types of men. We have the alpha male that we discussed last week, and now this week we are discussing the hyena and the wolf. I'm gonna start with the wolf probably because he's kind of a little bit more interesting than the hyena. And then next week I'm actually gonna do some comment or like reaction on the new season, Love is Blind season 6. Oh my god, there is some dramas going on there. Anyway, before wasting your time, please subscribe, share, comment. Let's get the conversation going, right? Let's get started. Words have different meanings to different people. For example, when you say you are single, what do you mean? Are you single because you are not married? Or are you single because you are not dating? Can you see what I mean? Okay, welcome back again. So we're gonna go right into our discussion today. So I'm gonna start with the characteristic of a wolf, but I want you to understand one thing. Last week, or kind of recently, because I don't really know whether I'm gonna post this video soon, because people are asking like, you are taking too long to post the next follow-up video, so I might post it soon. Okay, but so, as I mentioned last week, I was discussing the characteristic of an alpha male. And when we are talking about these things, we're actually talking about humans. We are not talking about animals. Obviously, I know most people would not miss this. But in case you're new on this channel, we are discussing the three different types of men. Now, the alpha male, obviously, we discussed last week. But I want you to know that the wolf, who is obviously the type of man I'm going to discuss today, it's actually like the alpha male is actually part of the wolf kingdom. But in a wolf kingdom, there's many wolves. They can be like 30 wolves in a pack, or even 40 or even 50, but there's only one alpha. So that should tell you something about what an alpha male really is, obviously. But now today we are going to discuss the wolf versus the hyena, but you obviously need to know that the wolf and the alpha is kind of like from the same pack, but they have different characteristics that obviously makes the alpha and the wolf remaining the wolf. So let's start right into it. So what is the characteristic of the wolf? Oh my god, sorry about the noise, guys. Anyway, we are back and on record, like we're in court, right? Anyway, so we're gonna start right away. The characteristic of the wolf, the first one is that a wolf is a provider and a protector, just like an alpha male. So the wolf kind of men would really want to be there for their woman or their wife. They are protectors and they are providers. However, because the wolf is a kind of man that is very indecisive, their provision sometimes depends on a woman building them. And most of the time, the two types of women that can build like a wolf would be an alpha female or a wolf female, obviously. But a hyena, obviously, I'm going to say this, but because I'm going to come back and also share about an alpha female, a wolf, and a hyena, when it comes to that being a woman, you would know why I'm saying that the hyena would not be able to build a wolf kind of man. So a wolf kind of man, although they can provide, protect, and so on, their provision depends on the type of woman they get involved with, because they need help. The wolf need extra help. Now the alpha male doesn't mean that they are so like, oh no, whatever. They also need an alpha female to be able to help them, because to be quite honest, in general, any man need a helper. God wasn't stupid when he said that. He knew exactly what he was talking about, because men are capable of acting or being like children, to be quite honest, and that's where they need our help. And that's why when people say that, oh no, I don't need a man, I'm like, who is going to help these men that you guys are living in the streets for them to fend for themselves? Men need our help, guys. We need to admit that. Anyway, so the reason I say the wolf type of the wolf type of men needs kind of a push from the female is because they are very indecisive. Like, they are the type of men that cannot decide what they want to do. And obviously that's point number 2. I'm just giving it away. Sorry about that. So as I said, they are protectors, they are providers, but they need a push from the woman, and that takes us to the next point, which is they are very undecisive. They're the type of men that if you ask them, right, where do you see yourself? Even in 2 years, they don't even know where they see themselves really. And I'm not going to say that they don't have dreams. They do have. It's only because they are very laid down when it comes to like all those future decisions and so on, and that's why they need our help much more. Anyway, I think I need to correct the point, the point where it comes to like provision and providing and so on. Even when it comes to like an alpha, I don't want to be able to teach women to think that you should not be able to date a man that is right now struggling if you see potential in them. Because remember, God says that a woman is a helper. So you, as a woman, are the one who's going to help your man build his life. So they need our help. So I'm definitely not into teaching people that, oh no, don't get involved with a man that is struggling right now. I, for example, know a lot of people who were dating at the beginning, men who were really struggling and so on, but eventually they got on their feet with the help of their wives, and they're very appreciative of their wives. So I will not say don't do that, but it's for your own, discretion. Use your own discretion in that sense. So please, I wanted to correct that, and the noise keep on coming. Sorry guys, I'm recording at a place where it's so, and I can't help it guys, because I'm at home. I'm recording at home, and this is the time when children come back from school. So as I was saying, the wolf is a very indecisive man. Sometimes he doesn't even know what he wants to do for the next 2 years, not to talk of 5 years from now. So as a woman, you need to be the one kind of helping him in the right direction. Now let's go to the third point. The third point is that a wolf is, like as I discussed last week, that an alpha male is a passionate lover. The wolf is not a passionate lover in that sense. The wolf is, I would call it maybe a normal lover. Like, he loves, but he's not the kind of person that, the kind of man that will love passionately like crazy. So this is the type of man that will, for example, I say that the best relationship is where the man loves the woman more than the woman loves him, right? But to be quite honest, I'm sorry to break this down, but 70% of relationship and marriages, the woman loves more. That's because in general, women are lovable. And I'm not saying men are not loving being or whatever. Women in general, because we have a nurturing nature, that's why we give birth, right? So we are capable of loving, and in that sense we don't allow the men to kind of have that thing of loving back, because we are kind of like pushing him into like, you know, being like all over the show and so on. Now I did mention that the only male that can handle that love and still don't, you know, back down is actually the alpha male, because it doesn't matter whether, that's why the alpha male, when it comes to the alpha male, this thing of play hard to get doesn't work with him. Like, it doesn't matter whether you love him passionately and blah blah, the alpha male will still love you. He doesn't back down. Now that doesn't work with the wolf, because the wolf is not a passionate lover. He's just a casual lover, if I have to say that. So that's another characteristic. It doesn't mean that they don't love you, but they're the kind of men that you have to really, if we have to say play hard to get, then you have to play hard to get when it comes to a wolf. And you'll be able to know in conversation, in like the way, like the conduct between you guys, you will know that you're dealing with a wolf. Now the other thing or point about the wolf is that the wolf is not a one-woman man, unfortunately. And as I said, the wolf is part of a pack whereby being led, and this wolf pack is obviously led by an alpha male and an alpha female. So a wolf is capable of being or becoming like an alpha male and being able to lead the pack in that sense. So they kind of, I would say that there is space for redemption, but they are capable. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that the wolf is capable of being able to be with one woman, but they are also definitely able to have multiple relationships. Probably not multiple, like this kind of relationship where you are married and you have like a mistress, because the multiple relationship is actually only applicable to the hyena. Obviously we're going to discuss and you're going to know why I'm saying that. So the wolf can actually kind of have one relationship where he's married and be able to kind of cheat on the side. That's a wolf. He's capable of doing that. But it doesn't mean that a wolf type of man might not be able to stay faithful to one woman, but they are not just a one woman men in general, unlike the alpha. They can easily cheat. It doesn't mean that they are not capable of being with one woman. So the last point to the wolf is that they're kind of these soft guys that you can kind of control. They can easily be controlled. If a wolf gets involved with an alpha female, it's easy for the alpha female to take over and kind of lead the pack, with the wolf male obviously being led in that pack. So they are very soft-hearted men. Sometimes they're extremely soft. And as I said, they are part of the pack where the alpha male is actually leading the pack. So these men are kind of, that's why the wolf has some characteristic of like an alpha male. But when it comes to like, you know, kind of being able to be unfaithful, they're kind of stealing a little bit from the hyena, which obviously take us into the characteristic of a hyena. They are very, very obvious. I'm not going to take long when I'm discussing the hyena. I'm not going to go into details, because as soon as I tell you some of the points about a hyena, you will definitely know whether you have met that type of man or not. I don't think I've met a hyena, to be quite honest. I have listened to women sharing things with me, and I knew that this woman is dealing with a hyena. I want to kind of looking at whether I met a hyena, and maybe I use discretion and kind of thought of like, oh no, this is a hyena. I don't think I've met a hyena, to be quite honest. I've met a wolf in my dating, should I say, journey. He was from Jamaica. He's from Jamaica, I should say. And I could see he's definitely a wolf. Okay, the reason I saw that he's a wolf And I'm not talking about the cheating part, because we didn't even went into that far of a relationship to begin with. But he was very soft. I could almost control him. Like he was just very soft. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to date a wolf for sure. I want an alpha male. I don't want a man that I want to control. And I think most women are reasoning like me. Most women, you might think that, oh no, maybe let me be soft with a woman. Most women want men that can stand by their word, that can say no if needed to be. You know what I mean? So obviously I will come discussing the women so that we have something for the men as well, so that you guys know what to look for in a woman when you're looking for a woman, whether you're looking for an alpha female or a wolf male, female, or no one is looking for a hyena. Anyway, so let's go into what is a hyena. A hyena for sure is not a protector, is not a provider. The reason the hyena is not even a protector or a hyena is because the hyena is the opposite of protecting and providing. The hyena is there to take advantage of you, to use all the resources that you have. The hyena is the type of man that, for example, on your first date, the hyena will actually make his intentions clear that, oh no, somebody borrowed money from me, they didn't give you. They always have these financial problems that apparently they act like they don't want you to help them, but eventually it's just manipulation so that you fall for the bait. So be careful. If you meet a man that is going on like that, you are dealing with a hyena. A hyena is a pathological liar. And you know why I'm saying pathological? There's a difference between lying and being a pathological liar. I don't know whether I'm saying that word wrong, but you know what, guys? English is not my motherland, okay? I think I'm saying it right. Anyway, so pathological lying means that you are lying in, like you are deliberate in your lying. You are actually conscious. It's almost like having narcissistic behavior, to be quite honest. I think the hyena should qualify to be a narcissistic. To be quite honest, they know exactly what they are doing. These are the kind of men that will be late on your dates and they will be lying about it. Oh no, my car broke or whatever, but they're actually coming or running away from another date. These men can actually sleep with 3 women at the same, well, not at the same time, but probably even the same day, and the women would not even know about it. Because that will take us to the third point. The third point is that they are honey talkers. They know how to talk. Like, they know how to use their words to kind of like get you into thinking that you are loved and so on. These are the men that will usually send you the good morning, beautiful, good morning, honey, good morning, love. You know, those messages that has no meaning really, because they are not being backed up by, you know, like actions. And remember in our previous video, I said that a man speak with your words. Men speak with your men speak with their actions. Words are useless, because a man can tell you he loves you even when he doesn't. So it's his actions that need to show you that he loves you, not his words. Because their words are useless, because they can say it anyway. It's easy for a man to say, I love you, in comparison to a woman. And I'm not saying women are not doing that, because we're going to discuss the hyena woman, and then you know what I'm talking about. So that is a hyena. He's so good. He can honey talk you into anything. Be careful with a man that has all these, I don't want to say rhetoric, but it's kind of the same, you know, using all this big grammar to, you know, to spoil you with their words, but they're useless. The fourth point of a wolf is that most of the time, and it depends, well, hyena, it depends on how like, because it's very important to know that when I'm talking about young girls dating hyenas and young women dating hyenas and older women dating hyenas, it's kind of different. For example, if you meet a man, he's, let me say, over their 40, and it's different for a woman. And over their 40, and they probably don't have like, and there's circumstances where things are hard, or some things happen, or maybe they were married and things were taken away. But I'm talking specifically about this type of men that will literally only have a car. Most of the time, the hyena will always have a car. they will always have a car, because the car is actually the one thing or the one tool that they actually use to lure their prey. Because a man who has a car can come and pick you up on days, can come and drop you somewhere. So they use the car as that kind of thing to actually catch their prey. It's not that it's like an investment, because except for the car, they will have nothing else. They will have so many debts. They will be complaining about, like this and this and this, but they will have a car for sure. And most of the time it will be a luxurious car, because they want to show off. They know women love men with cars. Not me though. I'm not impressed by your car. It's okay if you have a good car. I was dating a guy who has a beautiful car, but I wasn't even seeing the car. He was talking about, oh no, people say car is beautiful. I'm like, I'm not even seeing the car. Like, the car is beautiful obviously, but that's not, the car is not like the main thing that I'm seeing. Like, the car is probably the 10th thing that I can, like, look at. I'm not impressed by a car. I'm impressed by, do you have investment? Do you have properties? Like, are you thinking of that? It's your thinking. For me, it's not even whether you have whether you have it physically. It's your thinking. What are you thinking? What do you want to accomplish in 2 years? What do you want to accomplish in 5 years? What do you want us to accomplish together when we are together? We can't just have a car. That's all you're thinking about. You know what I mean? So a car is the one thing that they will have to impress you, but that doesn't mean that the person I'm talking about, like, he has his own other things. So I'm not talking about specifically, but I am using that example that most of the time the hyena will have a car so that they can use it to lure their prey, right? The hyena is, like, honestly speaking, that's a man that if you see these signs, you need to run. The other sign is that the hyena is the person that I was talking about in your previous video about being addicted to a phone. The hyena is the type of man that is completely sold out to his phone. Like, the hyena will stand up when the phone rings. The hyena will go and take his phone to the bathroom if they have to. Like, if you're sitting at a restaurant and he has to go to the bathroom, he was maybe having the phone on the table, he will not leave it there, he will, like, literally, right? So the hyena is very much addicted to his phone. And I actually, now that I'm talking about it, there's this other guy in Love is Blind season 6. Oh my God, that guy still makes me so angry, because he had such a good woman, such a good thing in front of him. They say, whoever findeth a wife findeth a good thing. This guy had a good thing in front of him. He spoiled it because of his phone. He was so addicted to the phone. Like, literally everybody saw that. I actually thought, am I the only person noticing that this guy loves his phone more than his wife to be? And then I saw on the internet that everybody was actually talking about it. So those are the characteristics of a hyena, and there is a lot more. The hyena is a gold digger, to be quite honest. They don't talk about gold diggers from a man perspective. You know them, they are always so biased, right? But a hyena is actually a gold digger. He wants to dig those gold that you have. Whatever those gold is, your savings, your investment, everything, he wants to dig it. So run away from a hyena. Because, well, there's a lot of other men. You can go for the wolf. Like, I am definitely going in deeper. I want an alpha male, and I'm going to look for my alpha male. And definitely, I'm going to find him. Because you know why? You attract who you are. I'm an alpha female. I'm a good woman. Definitely. I love passionately. Yes. And I know how to build a man. So I am attracting. My vibes is attracting exactly what I'm looking for. Anyway, we come to the end of this, so I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and don't forget to push that notification button so that we can, every time we upload a new video, we can let you know, okay? Bye from Jehovah.